Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, my name is Sonia, my pronouns are she, her, and welcome back to another Teenage Mutant Ninja Thursdays. I've been gone for a little bit. Pride Month was crazy, lots of cool stuff to talk about in another video. But for right now, I have got a cool find, something I've been wanting for quite a while, and finally found it at a used toy store for 40 bucks, which is a great deal. It was already opened, but as we saw with the Vernon and Rat King 2-pack, that's actually a boon for my unboxing. So let's get into Mona Lisa and Dirk Savage. These are two one-off characters from the Turtles cartoon, but they're two pretty interesting characters and two episodes that I quite like. And in Dirk Savage's case, it's one that I pretty much have every other figure released from that episode, so I needed to get him to complete the thing. And Mona Lisa is just a really cool character. So let's dig into this and see what all they come with and what they like. So let's pop out Dirky Boy first here. Let's get a good look at him. Dirk Savage, the Mutant Hunter, from the episode Dirk Savage, Mutant Hunter. He is a very thinly veiled parody of Nick Fury, and if you're only familiar with the MCU, Samuel L. Jackson Nick Fury, this is more or less what Nick Fury used to look like. He was white, had the red hair, the eye patch, not red hair, brown hair, eye patch. Yeah, he looked very different, and it's actually the ultimate universe of Nick Fury. They kind of recast him as basically Samuel L. Jackson, and that's what they use for the movies. The more you know. So yeah, he's got very basic articulation here. Everything feels good. Whoever had this before me definitely worked the joints, and I love that. So let's take a closer look at Dirk over here. He's got actually a really cool feature here, which I'll figure out what goes in there. So yeah, he's 90s as heck, pretty much. He's got the big shoulder pads. He's got pouches on both legs. Turn him around here, you can see he's got like grenades, more pouches everywhere. Very, very Liefeldian. And like look at this guy's chin. Like that is a Jay Leno-ass chin. Like this guy is the peak of manliness, if you will. So he has got some neat accessories here. So like I said, he is a mutant hunter. He was hired in his episode. His self-titled ups, that's what goes in the back there. He was hired in that episode by a billionaire who was very anti-mutant, think X-Men Friends of Humanity to be topical with the X-Men 97 cartoon. He's got a lot of accessories in here. They both do, which is really nice. So let's kind of look at some of this stuff here. But yeah, he was hired by this billionaire who turns out to actually be a mutant himself, and wants to use these mutant control collars, which oddly he doesn't come with, but other figures have come with them. He's got these handcuffs here, which actually have a really nice long line to them. He's got a stun gun, like a stun stick. He's got a shotgun right here. He's got a space blaster. And he has this, which is a mutant trap. The mutant would step in here almost sort of like a landmine thing, but instead of exploding, it would trap them and capture them until he can, get them, basically. So he comes with all this stuff, and he has this here, which this actually has this little thing here, this little plug that plugs into the back of him. So this is to hold like his rifle. So let's go ahead and plug that in. There we are. Right there it is. So that just pops in right there. And then we can... Oh, it's got a strap too? That's awesome. So you slot his rifle in here. Kind of like that, probably. And then you can just kind of pop it down. So he's got his rifle ready. So yeah, it's very X-Men Friends of Humanity. He turns effectively good, or at least he realizes that racism is wrong, and judging others by their appearance is also super wrong. And then he just disappears and we never see him again. Because he is part of the 7th season, what I call like the farewell tour season. I think it's the 7th season. It's whatever season is the last season before we get to the dreaded Red Sky season, which I hate. And again, I am going to do a video about the Red Sky seasons someday when I have the tech, I promise you. Yeah, so like his episode's actually the last episode where we see the Punk Frogs, Genghis, and Napoleon, where we see Mondo Gecko. It's the first and only appearance of Toka and Razor. Like, it's a pretty star-studded cast in that. So that's Dirk Savage. He's cool, he's fine, he's whatever. He's not the main reason I wanted this 2-pack. I mean, he is, but he's not. That would be this lovely lizard lady right here. This would be Mona Lisa. She is such a cool character, and it is such a shame we only got one episode with her. The episode Raph Meets His Match, in which Raph meets his match in more ways than one. She is a great counterpart for Raph in terms of sass, in terms of smart aleckiness, in terms of headstrongness. Ooh, she's a little loose in the head there, speaking of head. She has such tiny, tiny arms. I'm afraid I'm going to snap these if I mess with them too much. But they're very nice, and the articulation is really good on these. Yeah, so she was a college student that was captured by a pirate who then also had nuclear... These are 80s, 90s cartoons. This pirate who had... I just watched this to prep for this. Like, he was looking to use, like, a nuclear reactor, and he needed, like, college kids for some reason to help him finish it so he could take over the seas, and she sabotaged the machine and got turned into this mutant salamander. Again, I mean, this is Turtles. This is what you pay for. This is what it says on the tin. So she's got some cool accessories here. But yeah, she meets up with Raphael, and they work together to stop the pirate, and she's just delightful. She is such a strong female character. Like, her and April would have really gotten along if she had gotten more episodes. And it's such a shame that, like, they introduce, like, all these potential love interests for the Turtles. But aside from, you know, Michelangelo and the Neutrino, like, none of them really take off. Like, Leonardo and Lotus Blossom get, like, 2 episodes, and then she's gone forever. And then, God, these are cool. These are so cool. Okay, so like I said, she is a college student. She is a science nerd, but she's a complete sasspot. So while you would think that college nerd and science geek would be Donatello, no, she and Raphael are such a perfect match. She's got test tubes and beakers and, you know, chemistry books and this very angry alternate head. You want to talk about somebody who looks like they would be great with Raphael. And these test tubes are actually super cool because they actually do pop out. These actually pop out of the little holder, which is so awesome. I love this little swizzle, this little swizzly. It's very like mad scientist, like beaker thing. And this also pops up. Oh my God, this comes out too? The cork in this beaker actually comes out and you can pop the cork back in. That I did not expect. It does not stay in very well, but it does come out. That's actually really cool. That gives you a lot of options for displays and for setups. So that is really cool. They come with hands as well, as most of these NECA figures do. We have got, whoop, there goes Mona. We've got 2 sets for Dirk, and we've got, I think, 3 sets for Mona. 3 sets. They're all over the table now. Have you missed me? Have you missed my complete inability, after doing this for a year and a half, to do a coherent, smooth unboxing video? I've missed you guys too. Let's be real. So yeah, we've got 2 trigger hands for Dirk. And then we've got 2 grip hands as well. In here, he's got the punchy hands right there and there. Then for Mona, we've got a lot going on here. We've got her 2 fist hands. Very small. This girl is dainty. I actually like how I got her sort of posed here with like kind of the hand on the hip thing. These little sass pots. She is so sassy. I love her so much. She's probably my favorite one-off character in this show, I think, is Mona Lisa. The more I think about it. She's got 2 She has two like kind of like spread open hands. Almost shocker hands, but not quite shocker hands, if you know what I mean. I am not talking about the Spider-Man villain. And she has two sets of basic standard grip hands as well. God, these are so small. Yes, they are. She's very small, very dainty, but she is feisty and she will mess you up. Kind of like me, honestly, if she gets mad. So yeah, she's awesome. God, I am just so happy to get her. And to have, like, the last piece I needed for the Dirk Savage Mutant Hunter, like, episode collection there. Unless they make, like, A.J. Howard, the billionaire who says, I hate all mutants, but is actually a mutant himself. Doesn't that sound familiar? Doesn't that sound like all those Republicans that get caught in the bathroom with other guys? Yeah, so there's my political commentary, and this has been my unboxing. I'm a little rusty. I appreciate you guys staying with me, and I've got big, exciting things on the way. The video is probably already out explaining all of that by the time this goes up, but if it isn't, stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for more of me, because I will see you on the next Teenage Mutant Ninja Thursdays. Bye!